Hello everyone. I'm Maaz Ansari, I'm a co-founder at ORI, and we are a generative conversational AI company. So there's been a lot of chatter around GPT, and all of us realize that GPT is something that we can flirt with, but not really get married to. Right? It's ultimately it goes out of that. So today's session is about talking about how we can develop marketing, right, using conversational AI in tandem with marketing automation. So we are used to, we all know about Verifage, you're either using it or you're potential customers for Verifage. But today we want to talk about how marketing engagement, right, a marketing engagement platform like Verifage can actually go ahead and level up your entire marketing and personalization through conversational AI. So what we see over time is that there is a lot of clutter coming across, right, and personalization at scale is completely missing. So the idea behind this session is to show you how you can build personalization. And I'll start with a very simple analogy. So let's say that all of us visit the website of a car, right? All of a sudden, you will see the same information irrespective of our buying motivations, emotions, whatever else happens. But if all of us were to go to the same dealership and talk to the same executive about the same car, all of us would have a very different conversation, right? Say, I'm interested in performance, someone is interested in interiors. And then, depending on where we are within the sales funnel or where we are in a buying process, the way the salesperson engages with us changes completely, right? How we decide to go about it. So, today's session, in the next 10 minutes, we just cover up all of these things, giving you a live example of how it is running for HP. We pick up a client which is a very complex involved purchase, a purchase of laptops, right? It gets easier as we move towards D2C, EdTech, FinTech. These are easy problems to solve. So we've kept a lot of time for the Q&A session while running through this presentation quickly. So what we are talking about is the way the marketing is changing, right? All of us are bombarded with so much happening all across. And what we are seeing is that because customers are changing, their preferences are changing, they're more used to, they want personalization all the way, right? Which is why the way that we are doing marketing is changing. So what we've seen that over time, as we talk about marketing changing, more and more tools coming in, and there's all this proliferation. Everything has gotten more and more complex, right? You're dealing with more tools, you're trying to stack up everything together, but it's not getting easier. And at the same time, the kind of conversions that you were used to, they are constantly dropping. Conversions are getting more and more expensive. And everything is just very, very noisy, right? So right now, people are in that whole space where they're used to instant gratification, right? I tap a button, I'm getting a cab. I tap a button, I'm getting groceries in 5 minutes. So everything is very immediate, but at the same time, it is super noisy, right? And on the other hand, people still want personal experiences. We still want that one-to-one experience that we are getting, but we are not willing to actually go and invest in that, right? So no one wants to go to a branch for bank anymore. No one wants to go to a dealership. No one is standing in lines to with electricity bills. Everything has come online. And we are expecting the same kind of experiences that we were used to back in the day, bringing those things online, right? And now, when we look at the marketing scheme of things, it's all still very one-way shopping, one size fits all, right? It's all very, it's not getting personal at all. You feel like you know the customer, but you're still talking to a segment or a cohort, no matter how much value you want to get. You're still doing things at a certain scale, and you need to get deeper, right? So, in terms of what people are expecting from brands, right? They just want brands to be synced into their needs. I want the brand to be available to me to tell me the kind of information that I want and when I want it, right? Now, this could be like, look at our schedules, right? If we are interested in a product, maybe we'll show interest early in the morning, late in the evening. And now, if a sales guy is selling a credit card, for instance, would call me right now, I wouldn't be able to take this call. They'll call me twice or thrice and then they'll write me off as someone who's not contactable. So that is not true at all, right? I'm still interested and I'm still waiting for Thomas to call me on my collection holiday, but that's not happening. They might call me twice, but they just stop calling me, right? And I'm really interested. So these are the kind of problems that we are talking about solving, right? So what we're talking about is something we call conversation marketing. For the sake of this conversation, we can call it whatever. But the idea is to convert every call to action into a conversation. Right? So this one should be there. And we went for a lot of data, we worked with Revenage and getting some data, we worked a lot with them we worked with Meta and Google and telling on some data, right? So what we've seen is that people want a lot of personalization and at the same time organizations that are investing more and more on sales and quick reach out are able to convert people much quicker, right? Organizations that are hand-holding through the purchase cycle are able to convert better, right? Because what always happens, and this is something we experience, right? Either as buyers or sellers, that wherever there is personalization, there is a kind of friendship that you build, there is a kind of association that you build, that takes you all the way, right? Because in a situation where everything is commoditized, the kind of relationship that you can build is really what will take you through. Right? So here's a quick video of how it works. Before we play it out, this is a mix of generative plus retrieval-based AI, right? Just to start from grounds up. Retrieval-based AI is when we look at a lot of bots that you've seen today, right? Which follow linear decision trees, which follow linear groups, that really don't do much beyond what a website or an app can do for you. And combining that with generative AI, where we are able to talk to someone like a salesperson, right? If you could just play this out, I'll run you through what's happening in the video. And the problem statement here was very simple, right? So HP came to us saying that we have a lot of money to generate leads, that is not a problem. But what happens inadvertently is that more than 50% of the people that we are calling end up saying that, I was just looking around, I was just browsing, I didn't want to purchase, I didn't know that I would get a call from you. And consequently, people who are interested, like my also experience, right? People who are interested are not getting that call at all, right? So there is a need to understand who's really interested in the purchase and to go beyond simple transactional data. If you just play this out. So you can get the volume of this. Yes. So the entire experience will start from an outreach, right? So there's an advertisement here that goes to, and that takes a person directly to WhatsApp, right? Now the first message itself is personalized depending on, say, things like UTM parameters or the source of traffic. Now, what we do on top of that is we are able to understand people as people. So if someone says I'm an animator, we are able to understand that, convert it into a requirement, dip into the CMS in real time, and showcase what is most relevant. While the generative AI is aggregating testimonials in real time across various data sources to create further social proof around the brand, right? Then we get into a sales kind of a conversation to build propensity. Right, so when are you looking to purchase? How seriously? When the person drops off at some point, this is something that we always experience, right? Now, this is everything that is getting gathered in your CRM. So you start understanding the person better, you start building a profile that is more qualitative in nature. And then using a platform like Engage, you'll be able to reach out to them once again, right? So it starts with a standard notification that you will all be used to. But then it immediately builds personalization by, say, sending out an offer once again in real time for something that is very relevant. We are able to understand competition, sentiment going bad, and able to handle it appropriately, right? So in this case, what we are doing is that because we understand competition has been named, we create some social proof, but because it's a sensitive topic, we hand over to the contact center. This would have very well been a live agent coming here, given the average order value over here or the ticket size of the purchase. But this just adds so much more muscle power to the kind of outreach that is happening, right? And now, all of a sudden, from calling cold, I understand so much more about the person who's looking at purchasing for me, right? So the first conversation, this is usually a cold conversation, becomes something which is much warmer. All of this information is going to the contact center. They already know that, okay, this is a guy who's interested, who's also validating Nexus Data, but wants it within a week itself, right? And then, using the Engage stack along with us, we've done full funnel transactions built into it. So, right from the person going ahead and making a purchase to cross-sell attempt happening in the same way that we share the offer, right? Going ahead, adding it to the cart and closing the entire purchase. So the idea is that if you're calling the customer to a particular touch point, we should be in a position to close with them right there and then without taking them all over, because the more you add, you see that, right? It's very noisy as is. So a lot of generative AI being used along with a sales engine that clubs along with your CRM, SCDP, marketing automation platforms, so it sits on top of that. And that is how we are able to drive these conversations forward. So we just pulled out this video because when people are talking about generative AI, right, we haven't seen use cases that are very enterprise centric and that are focused on the knowledge base that an enterprise has while bringing in the sales acumen that we see in store. So this is a combination of those things to get people to purchase better online. Simple outcomes here would be an improvement in your average order value, an improvement in how much you are able to close without human intervention. What we have next is we've mapped the entire sales funnel. So we've been doing this work since the last 1 year, right? We work extensively with. We've been undercover, just trying to build use cases, trying to build results. Sorry. And let's look at the use cases, right? So we mapped the entire funnel, right from initiation till closure, and then bringing customers back, right? So we did some work with Clinique on, some of you might be aware of Clinique ID, right? Which was the first range of customizable products. And the idea there with Clinique was to actually build preference for the brand as a brand that can understand you personally and then get you a product that is meant just for you, right? So with Clinique, we saw a conversation completion rate of 57%. So this is only top funnel conversation, right? This is not purchase oriented. So conversation completion rate meant that someone went through the entire process, telling us about their skin type, the kind of environment that they have to deal with on a daily basis, and then going ahead and figuring out, okay, this Clinique product suits me for such and such reason, right? Not making a purchase like that. We worked with Schwarzkopf on their new range of hair colors, which were ammonia free and a bunch of other things. I don't understand hair colors so well. But we saw an average of 5.5 interactions per user because so many people are new to this entire segment. And they wanted to understand how it differs from, say, something you just get off the shelf, right? Like a Garnier or something else. And similarly, we worked with AI, which was a more complex insurance example where we were selling auto insurance add-ons. And we were able to get a 24% return on ad spend. So these results just show you the power of personalization, right? Once you start talking to people, you are able to generate a lot more interest in them and push them further up the funnel. We move on to something more involved, right? So let's talk about guided shopping. Now this is where people are spoiled for choice and they're trying to figure out, okay, one brand versus the other, right? What is the product that makes sense for me and why should I go for it? So we started something which was very high ticket value IKEA. Now IKEA thing is a challenge because IKEA is a very high touch category. You won't look at a sofa online and you'll say it's a nice sofa, right? That doesn't happen. You need to go to the store, you need to see how it fits in, right? They are tools or whatever they don't work. What we did is that people who showed interest and who had visited the store already, we got talking to them. We ensure that they place the order, and beyond that, we ensure that they take add-on services and add-on items that go along with it, right? So there was a lot of cross-selling involved here. If you got a 5-seater sofa, there may be 2 side tables, and why do you get assembly service? Why do you want to spend your entire day to just pay $100 for it? That was the idea. GSK, we were pushing some of the CPG products, and we worked with GSK and Unilever and Horlicks World Plus, right? Where the brands were challenger brands that were coming up against Pediasure. And the idea here was to talk to mothers who are aware that okay, the kids have stunted growth, but they don't know what to do about it, right? So walking them through a conversation which can be very sensitive when you're talking about kids and their growth, and telling them why this product can help, and then taking them across the funnel to actually make a purchase on either a big basket or a Flipkart or Amazon. All of that was done. With Sephora, it was very interesting because Sephora's problem was different. They were dealing with confusion of customers there. So I'm just say looking for shampoo, I get 1,000 SKUs, and that leads to a lot of confusion, right? So the idea here was to understand people more qualitatively. So how do we go beyond standard filters like price and brand and other things like that in e-commerce websites? How do we bring in more qualitative filters to reduce the options that they see to just 4 or 5 options and then allow them to make a purchase by simplifying choice? Now we go to something more complicated. This is product education and discovery. So really high burden purchases, right? We are talking about things like college courses, we are talking about things like real estate, automotive, right? Credit cards, insurance policies, where people talk to a brand several times. There is a lot of reliance on third-party user-generated content. There is a lot of reliance on what my friend is using, what my family is using, right? What they're doing. So this involves cutting through the clutter where you are dealing with a lot of personal preferences coming through from people that you know, whether they're right or wrong. We work with a Zurich-based company called Education First. They are the largest English language teachers in the world. They're not in India, which is why I haven't heard about it. But they've got 5,000 centers and IDD campuses. And here the challenge was to tell people why they should learn English. And these are all non-English speakers, right? So 40 markets, about 50 odd total languages. And there we were able to reduce their cost of acquisition by 30%. Right? So all of this is happening. If you see there is a common theme, right? The whole point is that if you can get them a salesperson at a very low cost, and if you can do that at scale for every website visitor, then there is a lot that you can read from it, right? Because they are not seeing one person's perspective of information anymore. There's not one product owner who's deciding to take no matter who comes to my website, this is what they should be seeing. Right, with Bajaj, so we were able to drive a 14 times improvement in visibility lead conversions, and lead conversions was actually as I think we can't sell a bike also. You just get them to the outlet, right? So 14 times more the number of people who were booking test drives. And with ICICI Bank, we were working on credit cards. Credit cards once can be a very complex product because there are so many offers. So how do you understand what a person wants? How do you understand the preferences? And some of the insights we got from ICICI was so good that they went ahead and became a part of the landing pages where they were able to affect product application strategies. So what we were able to figure that when clients just talk about reward points, but people are actually interested in instant discounts. How people are interested in instant discounts and just reward points. And that led to the redesign of a lot of landing pages across the board. And then TVS IQ once again, right? A complex strategy because apart from just auto, you're dealing with a whole layer of EVs, right? So people want to know so much about it. And especially with so many things happening with a couple of bikes going up in flames, there was a lot of hand holding that we had to do. Apart from telling people why this is a good bike to purchase. Then we move to something which is more bigger, right? More D2C, so demand generation. The demand generation with Vodafone selling iPhone plus SIM card bundles, driving a 30% improvement in straight-through processing. So straight-through processing means that people who are purchasing without any human intervention. I don't need a phone call, I don't need to get in touch with a person, I'm able to purchase side by side. Apple Group in the Middle East once again, so they are a conglomerate of 23 high-street fashion brands. So they're exclusive distributors for brands like Aldo, Nike, Under Armour, Chanel, Charles & Keith. And their key objective was to use conversational AI on a dormant base of customers, right? So customers who haven't transacted for over a year, especially in a segment like say Apple, which is a repeat purchase, right? Or a segment like travel, which is a repeat purchase. How do you keep them coming back for more through very personalized campaigns? With Air Arabia, very interesting case, we work only on the life cycle of a ticket being booked, after a ticket is booked and before a flight is boarded. Right, Air Arabia, for those that don't know, is a UAE-based low-frills airline, similar to an Indigo, SpiceJet, and the bulk of their revenue margins come from selling additional services like meal bookings and priority check-ins, extra legos. These are things that we are used to, right, in Indigo, etc. So there we were able to drive a 20% lift in just the meal bookings coming across. Once again, because we were able to target people at the right time. And then re-engagement and follow-through was based on whether they were interested or not interested. We weren't just doing general carpet hopping. And CarryPro is a French startup. So they're a D2C brand that is upcoming. They do revenues of close to 10 crores in a year. So here we work only on cart abandonment and really understanding why people are not going for this product, right? Are they picking up something like Mogovara? Are they picking up something like Post? Are they looking at those brands? And why are they looking at those brands? So this led to some very interesting conversations with customers and helped in more and more conversations. And the last stage of the funnel, after this is about everything that happens post-purchase, right? So customer support, bringing in retention, bringing in loyalty. So let's talk about. So with CarryPro, we were able to deliver a 2-second response time. Now what happens with smaller B2Cs that we've seen work with a bunch of them is that founders are running most of it, right? Founders along with small teams, but everyone is just multitasking. And what happens in a scenario like this, once again, where people are used to 1-day shipping, 2-day shipping, just the response not coming through for 1 day is they've lost a customer, especially when they're in such a crowded market and they're trying very hard to get a customer on the website. Losing a customer is very, very expensive for them, right? So using support which was integrated with, if you're aware of ShipRocket, integrated that with ShipRocket completely, and we were able to give a 2-second response time. And with Flynas, which is an airline once again, actually solving for different kinds of queries, we were able to reduce the ticket backups by 90%. So all of this is a combination of tickets, and aviation would be whenever you're raising a support request that they can't solve immediately, they would raise a ticket and give you a response time. Right? You usually see this as SR numbers that they make a service booking or something like that. So 90% reduction in the ticket bookings. So the whole crux of this thing is that conversational tech has many different applications, right? You can use it across the funnel. The idea was to show you something tangible that you can see happening and understand how it works across the funnel. Right, so you can go right from getting product feedback to understanding top of funnel sentiment to actually just getting real time feedback, unstructured feedback coming from unstructured data to drive better product development and product enhancements, to actually walking people through the entire purchase journey. So this is what I had for you. Try to keep it short and very functional in terms of examples. If you all have any questions, then we can go for this. Any questions?
I want to say that people are not always tend to answer what they're supposed to. Means they are not in the mindset that if we approach in our way, so he would be in another mood, so he'll answer according to that. That's what I would say. And how would we optimize it according to that?
Let me add to that. My myself, the conversation people marketing is in place there first, right? It's a very difficult pattern to solve for place where you keep going questions and expect users to face it. How do you when you build a conversation style? How do you think about it? What do you factor in? Knowing that there will be a how do you solve for this lack of attention? When people don't know what to ask, how to ask. Basically, a mental thing.
That is a very real problem that we face, right? Especially in a wide diaspora in India where dialects are changing every 10-20 kilometers. So what we do is a lot of disambiguation, where in case we are not able to really understand what the user wants, right? So what happens on the back end is that we are able to map the same query to multiple potential responses, right? So in that case, we let the customer only disambiguate, right? You can ask them to rephrase once, but beyond that, they get irritated. So at that point, you give them potential options that you feel would have an appropriate response to the query or what you think the query is. You summarize their query to 2 or 3 different directions, and then you try to disambiguate from there. If they are constantly trying to improve the disambiguation, but that is the most you do, right? After that, you just put in a light.
And it is very different from what the classic times offer. You always start with a very small set. You have to choose what you want to ask the question about, and you go to that.
That's right.
You find this to be a better approach, right? So that approach is very different.
No, and now we are talking about AI that is generated, right? So especially in a sales scenario, here when you work with Tata Motors, there will be people who come in and compare it to the print much of that, right? With support, it is still goes to the other, okay, one day the other, they have table. If the bot doesn't help them, we still have table, they go somewhere and table. But in sales, it's very different, because if you lose them, then you lost them for everything, right? And all the money you spend is gone on the way. So these kind of disambiguation becomes very important, especially in sales. So in fact, what we've done is that there is a generative bot that we built for web page for this event. You can go and ask it anything about web page if you are going to be somewhere downstairs. You can ask it anything in 150 languages. Yes, so it works in 150 languages, so it's just out of time. Any other question? Yes.
Yeah, I just have one question. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Generally, the platform that you use to engage with the audience, is it like a WhatsApp sort of thing? Where do you reach out to people? So, for example, someone didn't buy the product but just left in the cart or was maybe thinking to buy a laptop, just searched around Google but did not buy. So, where do you interact with them?
See, so there is what we were seeing. The HP example that we saw was WhatsApp, right? Because that came in after the lead was there. We got them on WhatsApp directly. So your distribution layer can have a bunch of channels, but you would need some sort of association with the customer to get back to. So if I just come to your website, I'm a non-logged in user, and I drop off, then you can only reach out to me when I go to the website and do marketing on that,
So
right?
it's largely a platform like WhatsApp, right?
Okay, so that is a distribution layer, right? So WhatsApp is one of the channels that we use. We can sit on the website, on the app, on WhatsApp, on Instagram Direct, on Facebook Messenger. So there are some 70 odd channels that we support across text, voice, email. So which is why brands want to interact with customers on WhatsApp so that there is some sort of persistence in the conversation that they can reach out again.
Even if that happens, please do speak to somebody at Replicate. Then anonymous channels will help you unlock these kind of use cases. Mobile push notifications on your app, thousand push notifications inside the browser, on-site nudges, if you know the identity, then email, etc. A lot of this is just marketing orders. Speak to somebody at Replicate. We should close. Thank you so much.
Just one last question.
Can we take off my
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.